Hi, so this is the Oracle, the energetic Oracle card reading for the week commencing the 4th of November 2024. And I've actually got 6 cards today because there was a second one which came up with one of the decks where it's usually just one card from each deck. Anyway, so without further ado, I'm just going to go through the decks that we used. So the first one is Denise Linn, and it's the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and we have 3 cards from this. And then we had an extra card jumping up from the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. And also a single card from Chip Richards' The Secret Language of Animals. So I'm Ananda Suying. Thank you very much for joining me for this weekly card reading. And I'm going to go through the cards quite quickly. You'll see it on my YouTube channel as the main picture, the sort of thumbprint, I suppose, for this video. But I'm going to hold the first 3 up, which come from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So they give us the general flavor of what's going on, and I'd like you to notice as well, before I show them to you, that 3 out of the 6 cards they've got a moon. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be quite watery, hence dealing with emotions, how we feel about things, and what we feel, it comes from belief, and it can also affect our belief about things, okay, and vice versa. It's all connected. There's not one thing without the other. But when I was looking at them just now, when they came up, when I was shuffling them, and they all came up for our reading this week for the collective, I noticed, oh, we've got full moon in that one, we've got crescent moon, and then we've got full moon in that, and so very, very watery. Yeah, lots of the element of water. So the first card is abundance, and when we look into the book which comes with the deck, which gives us a further explanation of each of the cards, it's Wildflower Wonderland. But the main word, the description, is abundance, and this is the first card. And isn't it beautiful? And this may be really, really it's really brilliant for us in the northern hemisphere, where the leaves are all falling. It's autumn time. But for the southern hemisphere, it's coming into spring. So it's yeah. You may think, well, it's autumn, we're not going to get all these flowers, but this is the energy which is there for us, okay? Abundance. Wildflower Wonderland. Don't worry, I'll pick it up again when we're going through the cards, okay? This is just to show you what they are. There we are, the first moon one. Flow. And it is the meandering river, okay? And it's moonlight, so it is at night. This is very much daytime. This is very much nighttime. Flow, the river, and a full moon. And this card is forgiveness, but it's called sunset. So this is a time of sunset. So it's interesting that with the 3 cards from one deck, we've got definite, it's like daytime. Yeah. And it's definite past sunset, which is the second card, and it's flow, and it's the meandering river. The flow, yep. And this is forgiveness, and it is also sunset. And you have the crescent moon there. So it's just a sliver, just the appearance. And from the Good Tarot deck, the 2 cards, and there you moon, look at that. It's moon. And it is from the Major Arcana, 18, for those who work with tarot. And also another name for this card is illusion. Yeah. So what's the undercurrent? What's hidden? No, it's not quite apparent at the moment. Yeah. Not what is not quite visible, but something is going on in the background. Okay, things are not always as they seem. So although they may seem really tricky and horrible, perhaps it's a precursor for this. Woohoo! So don't ever worry about when cards seem to be giving us some sort of, or precursor for a negative vibe. It really isn't negative or bad. It's our perception of it, okay? Perception of it. And the second card from the Good Tarot deck, I just referred to him, is Call. Look at that. Very, very bright. It looks like an angel calling. And it is number 20. All right, in the Major Arcana. And the final card from Chip Richards' Secret Language of Animals. This is the Caribou. And the words are perseverance, resourcefulness, movement, determination. And I think for caribou, I mean, they're amazing animals. Both male and female have antlers, and they're very velvety. They're very felt like and soft. It's a bit different to the deer antlers, which are very, very, they feel very hard. They haven't got the felt like touch and the felt and the sort of velvet to it like the caribou have. And they're amazing. They're in the winter time. They can still find things to eat, and they survive, and they travel and they take care of each other. The community there is really important. So what does all of this mean? So I mean, it's interesting that with the moon, with the illusion, it's not all as it seems. Yeah. And with the 3 moon cards, I know I'm keeping up abundance just to give us, give you hope. Just get my fingers out of the way and my face. There you are, the 3 moon cards. Okay, there you are. So what is going on? I feel with the 3 moon cards, and because we're in the water sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio really is about secrets and death and this call. It's also unforgiveness. We're being asked to do quite a lot of inner work again. Sorry, it's been like that for the past few weeks, hasn't it? There's a lot of inner work, a lot of checking on our emotions, checking on what's going on behind the scenes, deep within our psyches, deep within our beings. We're being asked to really check what's going on. But with the 3 cards, with abundance, flow, and forgiveness, I will hold them up for us. Let me get my fingers out of the way. There we are. Okay. All right, what are they saying? So we really do need to allow the flow of emotions, the flow of energy. It's not the time perhaps to just sit still. It's time to allow us to move. We have to allow ourselves to move in our investigations of what's going on. Perhaps it's a time to discover what we don't want in whatever situation we're in. Yeah, if we're not happy with that, it might help us to realize that actually this is what we really, really don't want. So that's one thing, okay? And therefore it might be time to get out of that. But with this abundance card, it's also telling us that we need to be in the energy, whether abundance is wealth, material wealth, the prosperity of having lots of coin and money and gold, but it's also about the abundance of creativity, good energy, of fun, of joy. But we really, really need to embody that to receive it. And this flow card is also asking us to be open, to believe, to feel, to embody this. Yeah? To be in the flow, to let the emotions flow, to let the thoughts flow as well, to allow ourselves to move. Perhaps it's time to do a bit of dance. Perhaps it's time to do a bit more yoga, to go into the flow of life. What helps us to flow with our lives? Anything which helps us to do that this week will be very, very good for us. Yeah, and the grounding as well would be very, very important too. Okay. Last week we had the good luck card, so we must remember that as well, to believe. Why do we feel that we don't get good luck? Why do we feel that it's not coming for us? Why do we feel the abundance is not coming for us? It's because perhaps we don't embody that, we don't have that. And why? Okay. And forgiveness and sunset is really release. Yeah, release things, release the past, let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Get help if you need it. Perhaps these will show you that that stuff which is just holding you back, and it's time to let it go. Last week there was a lot of ancestral things to let go of, to love and accept and forgive. It was Halloween, All Hallows Day, and then the 1st of November, and that's acknowledging the ancestors, honoring them, loving and accepting them. This one is very much about our personal journey, our personal ideas, feelings, emotions about ourselves. Where might we be a little bit stuck, and which we need to allow for flow? Where do we need to let go and release? And forgiveness helps that a lot. And again, you can use the Ho'oponopono, the 4 lines of I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Such a simple way. You can do it after you meditate or before you meditate, and you can just sit for a little while and just repeat that as you have your eyes closed, perhaps downwards, and focusing your consciousness on your heart. And you may find there'll be bits of information, perhaps nothing, perhaps you just feel a release of energy. And you may feel that perhaps if you feel like you need to cry, go ahead, let the tears flow. Let the emotions flow. Let yourself move. It's time to move. Time to move. And that might mean moving on from one thing to another. Okay? So the moon, and about the illusions that not having, having reflected light. We may not always see what's happening. It might not always be apparent. And to always know that, this is happening. We may not see it, perceive it, but it is there. Yeah? Okay? Sorry, getting my cards messed up with the mirroring. So again, allow yourself to feel, allow it to move. Use your intuition to really sense what's going on, or just be in the unknowing state. But just do not be caught by the illusion. Don't lose hope. Do not lose hope. Okay? Dare to hope. Dare to believe in yourself. Dare to know that you can and you will embody this resourcefulness, perseverance, determination, movement. Hello, flow, movement. Be determined. Focus your will on what you want. When you find out what you don't want, focus it on what you do want. Okay? So hope, perseverance. Sorry, wrong way around. Hope and perseverance. But keep it, keep your determination on the call, the angelic release. Release and forgive. Release. Let it flow. Feel, when I said release, my shoulders started to fall. So it's really working with this energy. Allowing yourself to be who you are. Leading yourself. Forgiving whatever you have been beating yourself up about as well. Forgiving yourself, and then feel that release, that shift. Yeah? And then you just know that it's going to be fine. It will be fine. Okay? So, keep the faith. Keep the faith in yourself. Keep the faith. Keep the hope. Know that you have the strength, the determination to move into, you have it, you are it. You are living on a beautiful planet. Even in the northern hemisphere, there's still some berries and there's so much food, there's so much abundance, there's so much good stuff. Perhaps it's just time for society to change how it is structured so that we can all be rich, and rich in many, many ways. Rich in ideas, rich in money, sharing that. So it's also very much about sharing our resources and allowing that energy to flow, not kind of holding it so close to you. Sharing with your community, sharing ideas as well, and creativity. If you don't have a huge amount of money to share, you can share your ideas. You can do a bit of volunteering, meet people. Just being there would be helpful for them and give each other hope. Okay? So, keep the faith. You can do it. And it's a brilliant week. All right? And just focus on the gorgeousness of who you are. Yeah? And that don't worry. The moon is also very, very beautiful. And the light that it reflects back to us is gorgeous. And the insights that come are also magnificent. Okay, so I hope that that's helpful. I think there's still going to be, through to probably early next year, there's still going to be a lot of soul searching, a lot of delving deep. It's not just Scorpio energy at this moment, but we're coming up to the winter solstice, so we're being asked, we're being encouraged and invited. Well, what do you want to create? What seeds are you going to sow in the winter solstice? What ideas are you going to germinate? What are you going to pursue? Yes! And there's time for it, which is brilliant. And the abundance, which will support you with that. Okay? So thank you very much. I hope that was useful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. I do one-to-one readings. I do one-to-one Reiki sessions. Also group Reiki sessions, which are very affordable. They're only £5 donation if you want minimum. If you want to give more, that's brilliant. Thank you. But £5 minimum so that you can receive if you feel you need some help, but you can't afford it or you don't want to have a one-to-one. That's absolutely fine. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to get reminders or get a notification when a new reading comes up or a new video is posted. Okay, so thank you and have a wonderful week. Goodbye for now. Namaste.